It's been a hot minute. It's been almost a week. I think it's been a full week since I last did a video. And that's because I was in Colorado for a week. For those of you who didn't know, I was I went to their Fan Expo Denver, and then I went to the Renaissance Fair. And I will do a video. I didn't take a lot of pictures, but I did take pictures. So I'll do a video talking about that stuff. Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow. I'll do a show off. I'll do a haul of everything I bought. But yeah, no, it's been a week. I haven't shaved at all. I didn't shave once on my vacation. I guess you could call it a vacation. I didn't even look at the channel like once. So yeah, now that I'm back. I'll start uploading again, but this video is just kind of like hey guys, what's up? Checking in, just so you guys know that I didn't like quit. I didn't like vanish out of the blue and just stop. I was just in another state. And I don't have a laptop, so can't really. The only thing I could have recorded on was like my phone, but I didn't want to do that because the house I was staying in, the walls were like paper thin. They were extremely thin, so it was kind of hard to sleep because I could hear everyone. Because I went to bed pretty early, like 9 or 10 o'clock. And I could hear them downstairs, like watching TV. They had I was staying with my buddy who came out to Arizona to go to Phoenix Comic Con. And then yeah, I was staying at his house because he came out here, and then I went out there. And he has four border collies. And they are insane. They're all puppies, well, of like puppy age, kind of like a year or two. I think the two youngest are like 9 months, and then the two oldest are like a year old or 2 years old. And they are crazy. They are absolutely crazy. They would not leave me alone at all. The entire trip, they would constantly try to get into the room I was staying at, and they were also just like a natural alarm clock. Because what would happen is every day at around 6 to 6:30 a.m., for some reason, they would start howling. I don't know why. They would just start howling, and I guess that's when like they were usually like let out. So his dad would go down and let the dogs out, but I would go downstairs for like breakfast in the morning and just get assaulted by dogs. Like, they would just not stop jumping up on me, especially two of them. One of them is a red-haired border collie. Never seen one before. It was like red-brown, and his name was Chewy. But yeah, they were crazy. My pants were covered in dog spit, like just disgusting. But it was cool. It was fun. The weather was so much nicer. Like right now it's 102 outside. It was like maybe 80 degrees there. I was able to wear layers. I don't know why. I'm like, I'm not tired. I mean, I am kind of tired. Just from like the past week, I've been walking around the entire time, but yeah, my eyes are I'm having a hard time staying awake. It's 11:40 a.m. and I woke up like 2 or 3 hours ago. So I don't know what's going on. I had breakfast, but yeah, Denver Comic Con, Denver Fan Expo. We went to a few panels. We went to a panel with Justin Briner and I think his name was like Christian Sabat, the English dub actors for My Hero Academia for All Might and Deku. It was a Q&A that was pretty funny. And then we went to another Q&A, but this time it was just for Justin Briner. He voices Deku. someone got up and asked him if he could say sussy. Oh no, someone asked if Justin Briner could say "what the sigma" in the Deku voice, and the lady in charge of the Q&A was like, "What? What does that mean? What is what the sigma?" And she's like, "We're not gonna do that today. Sorry." It's just funny. I don't know. I think she had no idea what the sigma like meant. It's just, I don't know. For those of you who aren't into, I don't know, like TikTok culture, what the sigma is just like, it's another sussy baka. It's just like a meme. It's just like brain rot meme word that people say. But yeah, it was super funny. The Q&As, I didn't really like this convention because every panel was 45 minutes long. The ones in Phoenix are an hour to an hour 30, and there's way more. There's maybe 10 or 11 panel rooms for like panels to be held for like events during the con at Denver. In Phoenix, there's like well over 20, and they're all like constantly have something going on. The only good thing about the Denver Fan Expo Comic Con is that the vendor hall is huge, like gigantic. The seating area is also for like food. The food area is also gigantic. Um, that's pretty much it. The panels were meh. They weren't really that good. They were like, the thing with Phoenix is that you have adult panels and you have kid panels. You have every type of panel, right? But with Denver, almost every panel was kid friendly, um, which is fine. But at a certain point, it's like, this is really boring. We did go to a few interesting ones though. We went to a panel where it was the Mandalorian Mercs, who are a cosplay group. They do Mandalorians from Star Wars. They did a live armor fitting of someone. So they use this plastic called Sintra, and they heat it up and they mold it to your body. And so they got someone from the audience and they made her like a half complete set of armor, which was super cool to see in person. And then we went to another panel. Probably my favorite one out of the con was it was a panel on the Lord of the Rings and the impact of the hobbits. Well, not really the impact of the hobbits, but it was a deep dive into the hobbits and their culture and where they came from and how Tolkien wrote them and what they might have been based off of. It was super cool, super fun. Learned a lot about hobbits that I didn't know about before. Yeah, no, that panel was pretty cool. And then we went to a D&D panel. It was a choose your own adventure D&D panel. The premise was that the crowd was a small army of goblins, a small army of like 80 goblins, and we all voted on what to do. So the dungeon master would give us like 2 to 3 choices. We would all vote, and whoever had the most votes, that's what would happen. It was this very strange storyline. We were in a cave, and then we found a city in the cave, and then we went down another hole, and then we found Hades, and then we killed Hades, and then we put in our own puppet king, and that was the end. Because it was only 45-minute slots, it wasn't that, like, I wish we could have done more, but it was pretty short. And that was it was those 3, and then the 2 Justin Briner panels, and that's pretty much all we did. Panel-wise, we spent 4 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We spent 3 days going through the vendor hall. We got through the vendor hall on the second day. We finished it, and the third day was just kind of like a walk around, buy stuff, maybe do whatever you want. So that was fun. I did buy stuff. I bought I'll show you guys in the actual video that I make where I show you photos and stuff. But I bought a ton of charms. like a ton of charms to go on my mushroom hat that I have. Um, and then I bought a giant Lord of the Rings mouse pad, which was pretty cool. And I also bought a Lord of the Rings art book from this one guy. He's based out of Utah, and he makes this really cool LOTR art that I've never seen before. So that was awesome. Um, but yeah, my pride and joy from this trip is the mushroom hat because it just has all my charms on it. Um, and each charm is like 10 to 15 bucks. The hat itself, I think, was like 40. So this hat is like well over $100 worth of items on it. You'll see when I burn it out, but I'll talk. That was the con. It was, yeah, like I said, it was fun, but just wish they had more for adults, I guess. The only like adult stuff they had was like pub crawls, but that was at like 9. The con ended at 7. It was only open from, it opens at 10 and it closes at 7, which is crazy. Um, Phoenix closes at like 12 to 2 a.m. Technically it closes at 11, but there are some events that go till 2 a.m. But yeah, the only adult thing they had were like pub crawls, and because my buddy isn't 21, he's 20, we couldn't do those. So next year we'll do them. He probably won't drink, he'll probably just tag along, but yeah, no. I just wish they had more. I wish they had a better selection of panels. They had a maid cafe, but it was ticketed. You had to buy tickets before the con, and I checked the day before, and everything was pretty much sold out. They only had like one ticket left, and so that sucked. Because we both wanted to go, so we didn't go to that. But they had like an idol fest, like an idol show on the stage in the vendor hall, which was pretty cool. My buddy met Andy Serkis. Serkis, I don't know how to say his name. The guy who plays Gollum, the guy who voices Gollum. I almost ran into Justin Briner, the Deku voice actor. I was walking right by his booth while he was at it, and he was walking out. And so I was like, almost just ran straight into him, which was pretty funny. But yeah, no, the My Name is Earl guys were there. That was so weird seeing them because they're old now. Yeah, just a really cool. I think the vendor hall. Yeah, the vendor hall was the best part. By far, it was really cool. Lots of vendors that I've never seen before. Like I thought I would see a bunch of repeats, but it was actually like new stuff, which was really cool. Yeah, so that's the con. The Ren Fair we only did one day. It was Sunday that we went, and I pretty much I bought a turkey leg, I got some alcohol, I bought fried ice cream, and I also bought, there was this lady who was playing a harp, and it was really pretty, super beautiful, and so she had a USB. Should I show it now? I'll show it later. But she just had a USB for $50 that had like 4 of her albums, like all of her albums on it. Each album is like 12 to 13 songs. So I bought it because, want to help out the struggling artist, right? I took out $100 because you could only use cash. Like half of the shops there only accepted cash. So I had like $100. She used card, so I paid for card, but I had $100, and I tipped like as many people as I could. Mainly artists, like music people. Anyone. There were like a couple people who were like, there was a guy who was playing the ocarina, a girl who was playing the violin. I gave the girl who was playing violin like my last 20, and then because I was a little tipsy when I got the fried ice cream, I gave them a 20. It was like $7. I was like, keep the change, and then I gave them another 20. So I ended up tipping them like 40 something dollars, or no, like 30, $27, something like that. But yeah, no, it was really fun. I bought a flute. I bought another flute. This one's a flute in D, and it sounds really good. It smells like burnt wood, because they're like fire casted or something. I don't know the term, but I bought a flute, and I bought this really cool Lord of the Rings. It's called Honeystone. It's like this. It's like kind of like a salt lamp if you ever seen it, but it's a slab of honeystone, and it has a quote from the movies where it's like not all those who wander are lost, and it has the company of Thorin, from The Hobbit, with Gandalf leading them on it. It's super cool. I'm gonna gift it to my brother because I never got him anything for his birthday, and he's always gotten me like expensive stuff. So yeah, that's gonna be his birthday gift on Sunday, even though his birthday was like a month ago. But yeah, let's see. That I want to say that's pretty much it. At the end of my trip, all we did, we had 3 days left over where we had no plans. So we went to a bunch of malls. He took me to a bunch of Korean places, like Korean restaurants and like Korean grocery stores. So I was able to try a bunch of Korean food, which was really good, but also really spicy. I had soju for the first time at a Korean place, which I'm gonna be honest, I thought soju would taste more like juice. It's still like kind of hard. Um, like you drink it and you can taste the alcohol. It's not like I had Mike's Hard Lemonade for the first time. It's not like you cannot taste the alcohol with Mike's, but with soju, it's like it's pretty strong. There's a reason they have a shot glass and the bottle. There's no way you can just drink it out the bottle. I mean, maybe you could, but there's no way I could do that. I'd probably throw up just from the taste. It was kind of disgusting. So I'm not gonna have soju again unless it's like some other flavor. I had like apple, and I think my buddy told me to try like white grape or something, um, something like that. But yeah, we just walked around malls. I got 2 T-shirts from Tilly's, 2 tank tops, and I don't think we had anything else. Yeah, no, we didn't buy anything else. We went to my old house. I took pictures. Um, the house I used to live in. Went to the creek I used to like explore, where we had like a secret fort. They cut everything down, like all of our stuff. Like it was this cool, like it was a river. It was more like a creek, right? And on one side there it was just a bunch of trees, and they formed this like natural canopy, so you could like squeeze under a bush, and you were inside this area with a bunch of trees and a canopy, and someone set up like a swing on one of the branches, and it was so cool. And I went over there, and it was just all cut down. They cut down everything, which sucks. It absolutely sucks. I don't know why they would do that. Um, but yeah, I think that's it. Um, oh yeah, when I flew out to Denver, I got to the Phoenix airport like 4 hours early. So all I did was read. I read my Vinland Saga books that I brought. I got through both of them. So on the way back, when I was waiting at the Denver airport, um, I read. I started this book. I started this book a while ago. I only read like the first page, but I started it because it's I don't know I bought it at Goodwill a while ago. It's called My War: Killing Time in Iraq by Colby Buzzle. Um, I started it, and I read it for the entire while I was at the airport waiting for my flight. I read it on the plane. I read it, and then when we were getting off the plane, I was still reading it. I only got that far, like this bit. I'm a slow reader. But honestly, it's super good. It's you know, if you like, it's real. Okay, so it's a real story. It's a guy's real like a memoir of his time in Iraq. Um, but it honestly was it's super. I don't know. It's just real. That's the best way to describe it. It feels incredibly real. And I've never really had a book like that before, like feel like that. So yeah, I'm excited to finish it. Kind of sad to finish it because now I'm going to be left with like a hole. I have to find something like a book like that again to start reading. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna end the video here because 20 minutes long. That should be good enough for you. 20 minutes long. Um, Thank you for watching. I love you. I love you. And I will see you whenever I see you next, which will be maybe tonight or tomorrow. Who knows? Goodbye. See you later. Good night. Yeah.